Alright guys, today we talked about unit rate, but we talked about a specific type of unit rate called unit price. So let's do a quick review. What is a rate? This is what we talked about yesterday in class, but a rate is a ratio that compares two different quantities measured in different units, and we call that a rate. So yesterday we talked about some examples like miles per hour, price per pound, calories per serving. Okay, so review. A unit rate is a special type of rate in which the denominator is always 1. So when we're talking about unit rate, we're talking about one of something. So we're talking about how many miles can you drive in 1 hour? Okay. What is the price for 1 pound? How many calories are in 1 serving? So unit rate is always talking about one of something. So today we're going to be talking about unit price, and it's exactly like what we did yesterday, except every single example we're going to be working on is going to be dealing with price in some way. So let's take a look at an example. It says Jane bought 3 tomatoes for $3.87. What is the price of 1 tomato? Now, I will give you a hint when we're talking about unit price. Price is always going to come first because we're dividing it up onto whatever we bought. So anytime you have a unit price problem, the price comes first. So writing your rate in words is really easy. Price per pound, price per tomato, price per t-shirt, okay? So we're still going to use those same 3 steps that we used yesterday to write your rate in words, write your division problem, and then you can use your calculator to solve, okay? So our rate in words for this one is going to be our price per tomato, okay? Price per tomato. Then we're going to set up our division problem. The price in this problem was $3.87. Per tells us to divide, and we're going to divide that up amongst 3 tomatoes. So $3.87 divided by 3 tomatoes. So we can solve this by using our calculator, and we find that each tomato was $1.29, or $1.29 per tomato. Okay, so exact same system as yesterday, except it's always going to be dealing with price problems. So a lot of times what we'll use unit price for is for finding the best deal. We'll be looking for the cheapest of something. So we're going to figure out how much 1 ounce would cost. And that way we know we're getting the best deal. So you might see an example that looks like this one below. It says, use the prices listed below to find the best deal, and do that by calculating unit price. So it says we're comparing different types of cereal. We've got Cheerios that are an 18-ounce box, Cheerios in a 14-ounce box, or just a generic brand of Toasted Oats for 14 ounces. So we want to find which one is the best deal. And when we're talking about price, the best deal is the cheapest. Okay, so for our first one here, for Cheerios, for the 18 ounces, it cost us $4.79 divided by 18 ounces, and we get that each individual ounce would cost us about 27 cents. Now, do remember, when you're working with money, we're going to round to the hundredths place. We're going to round so that we have 2 decimal points. So I got that it was 27 cents. And again, we can use our calculator to make this process pretty smooth. Just make sure that you are rounding correctly. Okay, rounding to that hundredth spot. And then for the Cheerios, for the 14 ounces, we would have $3.99 divided by our 14 ounces, and we get that those are 28 cents per 1 ounce. So you see that the smaller box is a little bit more expensive than the 18-ounce box. Okay, so then let's take a look at our Toasted Oats. So we would have $2.50 divided by 14 ounces, and we get that those cost 18 cents per ounce. So to find the best deal, we're looking for the one that has the cheapest per ounce, which in this case is the Toasted Oats.